Good evening and happy Sunday evening. Sunday evening. It's not Saturday because otherwise me and Nicola have still got to work tomorrow. So no, it's Sunday evening. Let's get it right. Good evening. And this is your Second Chance Sunday show. Wouldn't make sense if it was Saturday, would it? Second Chance Sunday. So this is your chance to see all the things that have gone on all week, and we're just going to put them all into one show and just show you all the things you might have missed. So it's a really good chance to recap. So, last show of the day, still the same team as the last one. Myself and Michelle here in the studio. We've got Nicola and George in the gallery. We've got Jake busy putting away everything that we've finished with, and Susie on the socials. And there's lots of you here already. You must have heard about all the good deals. We've obviously got Ben here. Just to let you know, she enjoyed the pizza. Thanks for buying that, Ben. We've got Sue Cummings here. Good afternoon for Chestertown in Maryland. Was cool this morning, but it's now warmer. Terry H says, good afternoon, crafty peeps. Corrie Michelle, social team, and lovely gallery from beautiful, sunny central Ohio. Lower, I think that is. I'm trying to think. Is that an I or an L? I think it's lower. Iowa, that's the one. Thank you. Oh dear. Zoe Carver says, evening everyone from a sunny West Sussex, Mary Pat 1000. Good morning again from sunny Montana. It's ever so strange. It's 6 p.m. here and people are still saying good morning. It's very strange. Lynn Blackledge, Go Live Granny is in the Isle of Wight, sitting in the garden. Linda Armstead is in Maryland. Whoop, that just jumped up there. Lisa says, good afternoon all. Sarah Brown says, hi again. It's now 3 a.m. Yes, I know I should be asleep, but couldn't, so sending you all hugs from Melbourne, Australia. We are so pleased to have your company, Sarah, but please try and get some sleep. We would hate you not to get your sleep. Colleen says, hello again from Wesley Chapel, Florida. Kathleen White says, hello everyone. I was too engrossed in Michelle's craft along to say hi in the last show. Did you make it? Did you make the craft along? I hope you did, and you can post us some pictures. And then Phil Watson says, good evening all. Denise Davis says, evening everyone. 22 still in Swansea. Oh, that's nice. Good evening, crafty friends. The sun has finally appeared in Teesside, and I just saw it outside. Rachel Brown, good evening, everyone. Carletta in Arkansas. Mary Beth Doyle from Minnesota. Charlotte Everett says, good evening, all my crafty lovelies from here in Herne Bay. We've been planning our Disneyland Paris holiday this afternoon. Now some crafting. We've been talking about Disneyland Paris and Florida in the break. So yes, great minds think alike. Betty Weaver says, hello from, this is Idaho. Janine Emery says, good afternoon from Pennsylvania. And finally, the last one, last one. Caroline Wilson says, good afternoon from Florida. And Shirl and Tellisford says, good afternoon, everyone from sunny Florida, very humid. Well, I'm so glad you could all join us here. We're really glad to have your company, and this is going to be a cracking show. Are you ready, Michelle? Are you ready and raring to go?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm refreshed after my tea, and I'm excited for Second Chance Sunday.
Good. Well, I'm gonna grass up. She's the only one out of all of us that ate any salad. There we go. She was very good. Right, now the first thing we are going to look at tonight is our floral panel creator cards. These only launched on Friday. They are absolutely beautiful. You're going to get 4 sets, and the 4 sets are going to give you 2 pairs of panels, but they're going to give you 4 dies because you're going to get the inside die and the outside die for each panel. So you get 2 here for the rose, 2 for the hellebore. So you get the 2 panels. Now, at the panels, you get a large floral and either a small floral or a foliage is your second one. Then we've got the gerbera. You can see the large flowers and then the smaller flowers with the foliage down there. And finally, the foxglove, which got that beautiful one here and then the smaller one there. And I'm going to show you how these work because you can cut them into your cardstock, as we've done here, with that gorgeous drop shadow. And then we've got another one here. Colour them with your pens. They are cut and embossed dies, so you can emboss them and then ink through the dies, or you can take your favourite alcohol pens, your aqua pens. Isn't that pretty? The foxglove seems to be a really popular one. This is the gerbera. Oh, should we go even the right way up? Absolutely gorgeous. So you can cut it into your cardstock, then use the outer die to cut the panel. That's been done quite a lot. And then that one is, let me just check, that is the hellebore, I think. No, that's not, it's the rose. No, it's not, it's a hellebore. It is a hellebore. Sorry, it's a hellebore. Absolutely gorgeous. On the top of the box with the acetate, so you get that little peek of what's inside. Absolutely perfect. Now, if you want these, all 16 dies, you're going to get them today, £40 or $50. But if you're platinum, that's going to drop down to £32 or $40. $10 per set, or £8 per set if you're in the UK. £8 per set means that is £4 per panel, which is phenomenal value. When you break it down like that, I think you realise the value. Is this what you're going to look at first?
Yes.
It is. Right, I'm going to pass it over to Michelle then.
Fabulous. So I have picked the foxglove. Bring my dies in, I've got them to the side still. So you've got those two, I love these, you've got those two panels that work beautifully together, but have got totally different design on it. So on one you've got lots of the foxglove, and I think the second ones tend to be more foliage based. So I'm going to use that one. The sort of the more foliage. I can't say it correctly now, it's not going to work. The more foliage. Yep, no, I like foliage better. So we're going to use that one. So you've got that outside die there that obviously creates a nice matte layer, and then you've got that lovely decorative element in the middle. So let's line this up. I'm going to run mine through together. And whenever I do that, I always tape them down, and I'm going to put it through my Gemini. Now these are going to go through your mini, because they are of such a size that they're going to go through all your machines that you've got. The only thing is you wouldn't be able to emboss with them, would you? Because they are cotton embossed dies. No, you definitely wouldn't, no. So because I've just cut mine out in black, I'm not going to do the emboss. You're not really going to see it. I'm not putting any inks over the top or anything like that. So for this particular project that I'm going to do, the emboss that has come through is going to be more than enough for me. So let's pop those to the side and take this off. I mean, you can see straight away, it's cut all the way through. It looks absolutely beautiful. And you've got, so I've still got some of that emboss on there. Obviously, if you run it through with your rubber mat, you're going to get a lot more come through. But as I said, because I'm just going to be using it as that, as it is, I don't really need to do that. So pop those to the side. So I've brought in a piece of watercolour card, and I've just got some of my aquas. I've picked my evergreen, magenta and topaz. So I'm just going to pop some down on there, and we're going to do the same with that. And there's lots of different ways that you can pick these up. So you can paint with them like you see me do all the time. You can you spritz them onto that, spritz water onto there, spritz water onto here, you know, drop the ink in, lots of different ways. So what we're going to do is we're going to spritz my card just to make it a little bit damp, and I'm also going to spritz these. And then all I'm going to do is, because this is damp and that's nice and wet, if you want to swish that out a little bit so it's less, let me take the lid off that, less of a solid lump of colour, you know, for want of a better word. I haven't long since eaten, so I've got that post-food inability to speak. So this is still a little bit damp, so we're just going to pick little bits up wherever we sort of think we're going to want it. So there we go, lots of nice splodges. You can dry it in between colours if you want, or you can just go for it as it is. So let's get a little bit of that pink there, a little bit of that pink there, and then so it starts, you know, you start getting a real nice effect. So let's put a bit of that pink there. There we go. And you can absolutely carry on, fill your page up with this if you want to. Entirely up to you. I'm going to pop that there because I'm going to bring in this panel, because what we're going to do is we're going to pop this panel behind here, but we're sort of going to do the same as what we've just done. So I'm just going to colour a little bit more of that colour down with, let me pop that red there onto the mat. And then again, if you don't want such a solid bit of colour, just spread it out a little bit. I'm just popping a little bit of water onto my brush just to allow it to spread a bit better. And then let's bring this in again. There it is, just with my spritzer. We're just going to dampen this, and then we're going to pick up some of that colour. And the thing is, you've got to remember as well, these are going to mix, the colours are going to mix together lovely. So if you pick the correct colour combination, they are going to mix together lovely. You're going to create some really nice combinations with this. So let me just move my water. And then
You're very nervous around water, aren't you?
I really am. I'm just so conscious of it now. And then just going to bring in my heat gun, and we're just going to dry these off a little so we can use them on my card. But you can see that this one, it's nearly dry now anyway, the first one that I did. And you see what you can do now is, once that's dry, you can go in a little bit more. If you're not quite happy with it, bring it in your sparkle pens, like your clear overlay, things like that. Entirely up to you. You can do lots of different effects. There's lots of uses for these. There we go. So that's nice and dry. Let's bring this in. So I'm just going to use my dotty on that inside element, and I'm going to be very careful because there's lots of little parts that I need to be careful with. I don't want to sort of rip them off. So being careful. And then I'll go around the edge either with my tacky glue or my tape pen or my Collall glue. I'm going to use my Collall. I don't need to use the tacky. So it's, do you know, it's funny, I always decant my tacky glue into one of those little pin top bottles,
yeah,
but I never do it with this.
It's quite hard to get it back out. I have tried. I think there is one over there. It's just a bit thicker, a bit more viscous, and it can be done,
yeah,
but it's a bit harder to get it out again.
Oh, maybe that's why I've never done it then. I just knew. So I never knew that. I didn't. There was no particular reason why I thought I'd never done it. It's just something that I've never seen anyone else do, and I think I've never done myself. So there you go. Look at that lovely inky background.
I mean, yeah, it looks perfect, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. So all we're going to do is going to make a nice, simple card. You don't need to do lots with this. So I have got a card. It is just short of 6 inches by 6 inches. So I've got my lovely black matte piece here. We're going to pop down. And then, so pop this on here. And then we're going to pop this on as well. Make sure it's, it needs to be nice and dry. If it's not, your glue's just not going to stick it down. So I've got quite a bit of ink around that edge, so I'm just going to dry it just a little bit more. Just make sure it's thoroughly dry. There we go. That will do. And then we're going to pop this on here. So, but before you go on, you could bring in one of your inks and just ink the edges, just to take, just to add to that, just to take that whiteness away that's around the edges if you wanted.
It's a nice contrast. I think it looks clean. Even though you've done the squidgy ink, it still looks really clean and fresh. Yeah. Right. Pop this on. Let me see.
up and down. So even though it's just, there's not an up and down, you're going to look and you're going to think, actually, I want that bit at the bottom or that bit at the top. I felt if I'd have put that bit at the top, it would have felt top heavy for me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So let me bring in some. I just love it. How easy and simple is it to do?
So effective, isn't it?
Lovely does it make your background. So just some foam pads along the back of this. And last one, there we go. So if you was watching earlier and you saw our A4 foam pad sheets, there's 5 sheets in there, you could use that on here to cut just a nice long strip off.
Yeah, you could die cut it with the outer die, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. So just trying to make sure I've got a border the same all the way around.
That's so pretty.
There we go. Right, so this is one that I did earlier, and I've stamped on it and I've put my stamps away. So all I'm going to do to pop that on is we're just going to cut it out. We're just going to cut it out nice and simply. Let's cut it on a nice angle. So let's make that match. There we go. And then under there. So even though it's not exactly the same colours, it still ties in, and I think actually it makes it stand out a little bit because it is a little bit of a different colour. So
you could even do a matte layer if you wanted to, go around with a black bullet pen.
Could do, yeah. I've got some black next to me. Let's pop it on. Totally different effect then, isn't it? So just pop that up there. And then we'll cut round that as well. Actually, let me make it a little bit bigger so it ties in better. And then all I've got is a few gems and I've got a butterfly. Because
always need a butterfly.
A butterfly makes everything better. So going across there. And then...
It amazes me how straight you can cut with a pair of scissors.
So I've put that way too close to the edge to be able to get that angle. But what I'm going to do actually is I think that might be where I'm going to sit my butterfly on my sentiment. So let's pop just a couple of these behind. Pop.
Michelle Harris says she's just re-watched the craft along and it was a great project. Oh. It really is lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, I like that when you had it just slightly overlapping.
Yeah, I couldn't decide if I was going to maybe pop it a little bit over.
I like that.
Yeah. I didn't know whether to pop it on that white area.
How much you prep your demos, you always change them, don't you, when you come to the end?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So let me bring in my butterfly. Pop those gems there. And as always, I'm just going to tape down the middle bit. I always like to have my wings free. So if I sit that there, you're not going to see.
What do they say? When you make a mistake, stick a butterfly on it.
Yes, they absolutely do. Yep. Let me see if I can get these gems. I tend not to use my ones that don't have sticky on the back.
Because I sometimes find, though, that if I do get ones that have got sticky on the back, I end up pulling the sticky off when I'm taking them off the plastic sheet and still end up putting glue on it.
Yes, yeah, I do that. So let's get that third one. Pop that on there. Spread that out a little bit.
Michelle, that is so pretty. I love that. Is so up my street. I just love anything like that.
It's I think, you know, I got those inks out to do that craft along, and I think I was a little bit inspired on backgrounds. Just pop that last one there. Because I think it does, you do one thing and you think, oh, I need to do this, and I can do that, and I can do that. So if I just turn that round.
Just keep it simple, but that looks so effective. Isn't that beautiful? That's those panels which Rosalind Russell says those panels would make a nice sized journal pocket, which certainly would.
Yes.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want those, remember, £40 today or $50. You're going to save over 10% on those, and you're platinum price is £32 or $40. So yeah, even more people joining us. We've got Louise, Catherine Ditch. Hi everyone from a sunny West Sussex. Watching you sitting in the garden and sipping a mojito. Where's ours? Where's ours? Kate Restad says hello from hot California. Hot was in capital, so it must be very hot. Lynn Morton says, evening, Michelle, Corin, Team Social and RCTV team from a lovely sunny Newcastle upon Tyne. Francine says hello from Ocean City, New Jersey, where it's sunny and a bit chilly. Hannah Gosling-Smith says, Michelle's playing a dangerous game, taking the lid off the pot. That's the water pot, yep. Lillian Kwok says, hi everyone, hi Corin and Michelle. Linda Evans, loving the demo. Great card, said Linda Armstead. And Charlotte Everett says, we always use tacky glue with our gems. It makes them solid. I never trust the sticky on the pre-glued ones. Yeah, totally agree with that. Sometimes, you know, just doesn't hurt to put a little bit extra on. Right, now, what I'm going to show you next is from earlier in the week, is our stash and stack boxes. I think we brought these to you on Monday, so I'm sure I remember seeing them. Now, these are brilliant. So what you've got, they're slightly different to things you might have seen before. You've got your box, so robust. You've got that lovely lip. They stack. Can you see one inside the, that's not going anywhere because you've got the lip. They hold, they're really good. It doesn't matter if you stacked these 3 foot high, they would still be stable. You've got your lovely, really, listen to that, really robust handles. Nothing's coming out. But what makes these a little bit different? Sarah and Simon devised these. Now we've reinforced the bottom with the circles, just like you see on the Totally Tiffany rotating design board, where you've got that sort of honeycomb base. You've got that on the bottom of these, so they are uber strong. But you've also got the lines down the side, so this means that you can now use these and divide them to whatever you want. You don't have to have dividers in. We could literally take that out and have one large opening and lots of small ones. So this could work for your stationery, it could work for your office supplies, whatever you want. Oh, got that the wrong way around. However you wanted to use them, they are going to work for you. Now, the other thing that I love about these is this is flush to the top. So even if you put the, fill up those containers, put those on there. So even if you've got small things like charms, beads, buttons, put them in there, drop it down. When you turn it back up, nothing will escape over there because those layers, those dividers go right to the lid, so you know everything is super safe. There are so many ideas. I've got it on another board, but you can see on here batteries and bulbs, cables, craft items, fabrics, DIY items, decorations, brilliant for your Christmas decorations, first aid kits, fishing equipment, game pieces. Can you imagine, we were talking about these, all these games these kids play, you know, your Warhammer, you could get those in there and all the paint. You've got your stationery, you've got your sewing kits, and you've got your Lego. How wonderful would this be to divide your Lego into the relevant sections and put these in here? You could have different boxes. Colour organise your Lego. That could be some people's dreams. Right, you're going to get both of these for $15.98 or $25.95. And we're going to throw in one of Michelle's favourites, is your Collall all-purpose glue. Absolutely brilliant. You're going to get that for absolutely nothing. It's your 100ml. Your platinum price is going to go down to £12.78 or $20.78. £12.78 for two really good stacking boxes, £6.39 each. Absolutely brilliant, such good value. I mean, if you don't want those, yeah, brilliant designs. I just love those. I need to put those back in there, so I'll do that in a minute. Right, few more people joining us. I'm not sure if... Susie says, Corin, I can't find my matte and layer dies. I call them the Cray dies. Do you remember where I put them? Am I supposed to know what she means? I don't know.
Maybe.
Am I missing something?
I don't know. Say it again. So
she says, I can't find my matte and layer dies. I call them the Craig dies. Do you remember where I put them?
Oh.
Should I know? Where? They're in your craft stash somewhere. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's something I've said. I'm trying to think if there was an in-joke there and I've forgotten it. I can't remember. Anyway, Lindsay says she loves that card. I'm going to think on that one. And see if I can come back to that in a minute. Anyway, in the meantime, we're going to look at these floral frames. Now, you've got 8 in here. And, okay, embossing folders. They are not just embossing folders, they are your cut and emboss folders. They come in 2 sizes. You've got your 4x6 and I think they were your 5.5 by 5.5, I think, if I remember rightly. So you've got 4 of this size. So this is a half price sale. So imagine you're buying the 4x6s and you've got the gorgeous, gorgeous classic winter rose. You've got the beautiful forget-me-nots. You've got the gorgeous peony blooms and you've also got your beautiful blossom. So each one, when it embosses, it's also going to cut this out. And we were saying the other day when we had these, remember to leave your waste in when you cut it out, so that then if you want to do letter pressing, it doesn't make your foam dirty. So yeah, so you're going to buy those, £51.96 or $59.80. And we're going to throw in absolutely free your dancing daffodils, your gorgeous vibrant rose. Look at the aperture shape, isn't it beautiful? I really do love these. You're going to get your striking gerbera. Every aperture is so gorgeous. And finally, your fragrant magnolias. Absolutely gorgeous. These are lovely, whether you want to ink them, whether you want to colour them, whether you want to, however you want to use these. Now, have you got samples for these ones, Michelle? No, I don't think. Have you? She has. She's got some samples to show you all the different ways to use this. But remember, you're going to buy 4 and get 4 totally free. $51.96 or $59.80. But your platinum price right down there, £41.57 or $47.84. These are going to be so useful. Shakers, apertures, just to frame pictures or sentiments, however you want to use them. And I'll just give Michelle just 2 minutes and then she will show you lots of gorgeous samples. But to get 8 for that price is amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Right, you ready? I think
I'm ready.
Are. She's ready.
Yeah. I was trying to go through the basket next to me and pick out all the best, but to be fair, they're all beautiful. It's very hard to pick the best when technically they're all the best because we have an amazing design team. So yes, am I turning that right? Wrong way? There we go. How beautiful is that? Look how wonderful that has been coloured in. So that's Shan's. I am saying it properly, aren't I? Shan. S-I, yeah, Shan. Of course, this one's been made into that gorgeous shaker element because why wouldn't you? Another one with a shaker, but coloured in totally different. So, you know, even though you've got those same heart apertures in the middle, they still look totally different. Letterpress technique with these.
Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty.
Yeah, I love these. They are absolutely beautiful. You can be popping your sentiment in the middle of these. You can just, again, another shaker element. These, I love these. I love the little element where you can colour in those beautiful florals all the way around the outside. And I love the fact that what you would have considered the waste on this one has been used to have the sentiment stamped on there. And it's technically not the waste anymore.
It just fits back in so beautifully, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. So you've got a lovely side stepper framing that beautiful dragonfly. It's only that beautiful because it's not real and it's not attacking.
Have you got a big fear of dragonflies?
Yes, dragonflies, butterflies, moths.
Oh, wow. Fly?
Anything that sort of flies, not so much. They're just a bit of a nuisance. I think it's when they get a little bit bigger. Yeah, and with the wings and the fluttering, you don't quite know where they're going to go, so you can't dive out of the way.
Dive out the way.
It's true. Anyone who's seen a butterfly or a dragonfly near me will absolutely say to you, they really do make a beeline for Michelle.
Do they?
They do. I think they smell the fear.
It's like cats, apparently. A cat will go straight up to the person that least likes cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's what happened to our cat when he got on the milk float. I love these comments. Charlotte Everett says, she's talking about the stacking containers. That's such a good price for 2. I'm not supposed to be spending today. Yeah, but it doesn't count when it's storage. It doesn't count. And Zoe Carver says there's nothing wrong with having a sturdy bottom. Couldn't agree more. Tim C says hi, all from a beautiful Nottinghamshire. Lindsay says sunny Carmarthenshire here, brilliant. Sean Peacock says yes, Michelle, that's how you pronounce my name. Thank you so much. Yes, Sean, there we go. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so you're getting ready for another demo. So what are you going to do a demo on?
So I'm going to do a demo with this Vibrant Rose. I love the heart aperture in the middle. So why wouldn't I use it? So I'm going to use this one. It's a lovely 5.3 inches by 5.3 inches, which means it's going to fit on a 5.5 or a 6 by 6 card base perfectly. So I've got my Aqua blend pencils, because I think we've got them on the show today, or they are on somewhere at some point, aren't they? I love these, and I thought we've been doing lots of inky techniques, lots of sort of the Aqua Spectrum Noir stuff. So I've got these out, and I was chuckling when Corinne through to me, and the reason I was chuckling is because I've wrote next to me which pencils that I used from these. So I'm going through the pencils, and I'm desperately looking for one that is called Botan. And it's not in there. So then when I closed it and I realised actually I'd put Botan for Botanical, so I knew which collection I'd got. So that's why I was a bit distracted and chuckling away, because my own notes don't make any sense to me at all. But it's Sunday night, so we just roll with it. We're just going to roll with it. Absolutely. So I've picked 4 of my Aqua pencils up. So let's just pop those to the side for now. I've got my folder, I've cut a piece of card down. Oh, there it is, look, so someone's actually left it in. That is the bit that you're not going to throw away, because you're going to be able to use it to paper piece like that card that I showed you, to pop it back in. So this is a bit bigger than obviously the folder, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to bring in my plates. So cut and emboss, which is the same plate configuration as your 2D embossing plates, 2D embossing folders, sorry. So we're going to use our 2 main plates. So we're going to pop that through. And again, you know, have a little play. That is the configuration, but sometimes if you want more of an emboss, depending on what card or paper that you've used, you can add in an extra piece of card as a shim. So let's just pop those there, and let's open this up. And you can see it's the most beautiful. Can you pick that up? You can, can't you? Look at that. Even though it's a 2D, you've still got lots of depth on there on that gorgeous embossing folder. So let's pop that to the side. So I've got my pencils here. I'm going to bring in my pot again. I'm going to pop the lid on it this time, so no one needs to panic, because I'm going to bring in some of my smaller pencils. So let's pop the lid on. So the way that I like to use these, and I think it's the sort of the best way, is, let's have a look. Let me bring in this one. I think I am going to use that one. So this is my elderberry. And because you've got that emboss on there, you can absolutely follow it. So I'm going to lay sort of the colour down around the edges of those petals. You know, you can go over and colour the whole petal in if you want. I'm going to sort of place it where I feel, you know, you're going to get that naturally darker bit. So let's just pop that there. And again, so I'm laying this down. I could pop all this colour on here now and put this to the side, and then in a week or 2 weeks, I could bring this back out, add the water on, and I'm still going to be able to you know, colour it out. So if, you know, if you like to go away to the caravan or stuff and you can't take lots of stuff with you, you can swatch these on some card, some watercolour card, just, you know, swatch it, put a lot of colour down, take that sheet of paper or that sheet of card with you with just your water brushes, and then you can pick that up. You're going to be able to use it as a palette, which again, it's an amazing thing that you can do with these, because obviously it's not going to react, it's not going to go off until you add the water to it. So again, just moving on to that next flower, adding it just round those edges, because obviously when I bring my water in, we can pull that out. Let's just do this last one. So again, just where I feel that it needs to be, just round those edges, and there. This is along with the aqua pens. I love using these as well, because you don't have to be perfect and technical with them. You can literally just lay the colour down, and when you water it, colour it out, it looks amazing. So let's bring one of these pencils in, and I'm going to have my kitchen roll or tissue with me, as I always do. Let's add a little bit of water and then just pull it out. And you can see how it pulls it out beautifully. Look at that. So you naturally get in that blend, that 3-shade blend. You can go back in and add more where you want to if you need to. But how beautiful does that pull it out with such minimal effort? I mean, they really do make you look like an amazing artist. So let's just keep doing that. And again, you're going to take a lot more time with this at home, but even though I'm doing it quite quick, I think it just still goes to show how amazing it can still turn out, even if you're doing a little bit of a rush job with it. So again, all down to the amount of colour, the amount of pigment that Leanne and the team have managed to get into these pencils. So let's add a little bit more water and pull it out. There we go. So I'm leaving, I'm obviously leaving some of it. I'm not pulling it all out because can you see how it highlights those petals? So let's come in with the parakeet. There's always some little bits like here and here. I'm never quite sure if that's the petal of the flower or of the leaf. So if you're not sure, do the bits that you definitely know are a leaf or are a petal. And then once they're done, you can go back and look and think, actually, that is a petal, or actually that is a leaf. It makes it a little clearer for you. But I think those are petals, aren't they? So let's just do these two on here. And again, just adding that little bit of water and pulling it out. And the good thing about these embossing folders is you've got that line to follow of the emboss, so you don't get a little confused as to where you need to be going. You can follow that line wonderfully. So I think that is definitely petal, isn't it? So pop that on there. And then again, we're just going to pull it out, just like so. It's nice and soft. Obviously, you can go in with lots of different colours if you want. I've gone for a sort of typical rose colour. So going around those leaves. That's definitely a petal, so I need to remember to come back in to that one. And going around there. So if you've been following Leanne on her Academy of Colour, she's going to have gone over lots of these different kind of techniques, because you've got the aqua pencils in there as well. always follow. I think even now, when I'm looking something up, if it's anything to do with Spectrum Noir, things like that, I will definitely still watch Leanne, get lots of hints and tips from her. She's definitely the queen of this kind of thing, isn't she? Right, so let's bring that elderberry back in, find that petal that I sort of missed, and go over it. And then we'll just do those last couple. And I'll, again, bringing in the water and just dragging it all out. Lovely. There we go. So then what I've also done is I've got my jungle green here, and then I've got crocus. And then with the crocus, all I've done is that embossed heart, I've just coloured over it, just laid some colour down. Not being too careful, because again, I'm still going to pull it out a little bit with the water, but going all the way round, just on there. And then again, let's bring in some water and blend it out. You can really make this quite bold next to those delicate flowers if you want. Pull that out there. But can you see how it still gives that lovely highlight effect? There we go. So let me do just that last little bit there, because if I don't, it's really going to annoy me. Crocus, isn't it? The darker purple. Right, a little bit of water and pop that on there. So you can see that's coming together real lovely. So if I bring in the one that I've already done, I've gone a lot bolder with the flower. So again, all you're going to do is you're just going to add a lot more pencil than I have already done, and you're going to pull it out, and it's just going to build up. Again, let it dry, and if you want to add the pencil again and then, you know, drag it out with some water, you can do. You can go in again and again. Absolutely no problem. Let me move that water, and then all I've done around the edges is I've used the crushed velvet on here. So let's pop those to the side, and then bring this in. So the reason obviously this one is a lot deeper and a lot darker is purely because it's going to tie in with the papers that I've decided to use. So I think if I pop that on there, it just goes a lot better. Even though I love that one, I'm absolutely going to pop that to the side. I'm going to use that. I'm going to finish it off and use it on a different project. So I've got this.
Your colouring has absolutely mesmerised everyone. I've not spoken for ages. Oh, just a minute, my mic.
Yeah, I must admit, the aqua pencils, I do love using those. They just give you such a stunning effect, stunning finish.
Yeah, sorry, back again. So as you're saying, everyone's been mesmerised. I haven't spoken for ages, and all our Susie's saying there's nobody's commented for minutes because they're all mesmerised watching you do your colouring. You've mesmerised everybody all day today. Lindsay has just said she loves watercolouring. So yeah, brilliant, brilliant effects.
I do. I absolutely love it. So the first Spectrum Noir, anything I ever bought, was the aqua pens, and I saw Leanne doing them on whatever it was. I can't remember, but I can remember watching her, and I was absolutely mesmerised, and I thought, I can do that. So I bought them because obviously Leanne can sell ice to the Eskimos, and I didn't use them.
You've seen it done. You know how to do that. You know.
That's it. But I didn't use them for months and months and months. And then back then, when Sharon was in charge of the design team, I'd got given something, and she said, use your aqua pencils. Your aqua pens, sorry, they'll be perfect for that. And I went, oh, I can't. She says, why? I said, because I've never used them. She said, go re-watch Leanne from the show that inspired you to buy them and craft along with her. So I did. I found it and I kept pausing it and crafted along with her, and actually realised it's never as scary as we think it's going to be.
And do you know what? We always say watercolour is the best way to start. If you're not unsure, watercolour is an easier one to start with rather than alcohol pen colouring. It really is. It's much more forgiving.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's why I love it so much. But it's just the effect that you're going to finish with is just, it's like nothing that you're going to see with an alcohol pen. You're just never going to look like that if you're going to use an alcohol pen.
Yeah.
And I just love it. It's very forgiving, but I love the look of something that's coloured in with a water-based product. I think it looks lovely. I almost feel like I could be Bob Ross when I'm using my aqua pens and pencils.
Of course. Aim for the stars.
Well, do you know what he always says? The happy little accidents and, you know, things like that. And it's definitely true. You do have all those happy little accidents, don't you? There's a film out about Bob Ross now, isn't there?
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I don't see Owen Wilson as Bob Ross, but I might have to give it a go because I did like, I love watching Bob Ross on a Sunday morning.
It's mesmerising, isn't it?
But do you know what? What he does, that is pure magic.
It is.
Pure magic.
So, yeah, absolutely. Really, really clever man.
Yeah. His happy little trees. I don't know how he makes what he starts off with into what he ends up with.
I know what you mean.
It's very clever.
Very
so
much so.
we're going to glue both these sides and we're going to make one of these lovely, is it a theatre style card?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a form of theatre style card, isn't it?
It's a little, it's a thingamabob card because I can, do you know what? I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to write the names down to all the cards and all the card shapes and try and learn them, you know, like mastermind style.
Yes.
So I can remember them. Because I can do them all. If you say to me, it's that one that goes sort of up and down and in and out and round, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that one is, but I couldn't tell you what it's called.
Mastermind card shapes is a mastermind topic.
Well, I'd have to do a lot of studying, but yes, I think so. So,
Susie says she used to pop Bob Ross on the TV late at night and fall asleep to him. There you go.
Oh.
Hannah Gosling Smith says, that technique looked fab. I now want to emboss a flower and give it a go. Also, the background for the card before I loved as much as any of the Colour Your World papers. There you go. That's praise indeed. Tim C says, I have 2 sets of the aqua colour pencils, but not used them yet, but may do now after seeing demos. Amazing inspiration as always. Linda Armstead said, Bob Ross made everything look so easy. And Lindsay Travasky says, today's shows have been very useful, interesting and mesmerising. I absolutely love Corinne and Michelle. They are stunning craft artists and both always look so pretty. Oh dear, I didn't read all that to the end. That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Really kind.
We'll pay you later.
We will. There we go. Oh, that is so pretty.
So yes, again, very different to the one that I started with, but with the same colours, look how different you can make that. I obviously went deeper on this one because I wanted to match the background, but I am so finishing that off after the show. So if I stand that up and turn that round for you, just a simple birthday wishes in the centre of that, but those cut and emboss are just divine.
They are absolutely gorgeous, and remember, it's buy 4 get 4 free, $51.96 or $59.80. Your platinum price is $41.57 or $47.84. Now, if you like the look of that platinum price, have a look at this little VT all about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Tune in to Crafters TV every day to take a look at your crafty collection, make something unique, or try a new technique. Join the team for 7 days of creative tutorials from ink pad inspiration and sparkle pen magic to paper pad perfection and foil press techniques. We'll show you how to make the most out of your whole crafty collection. With a new show launching every day from the 5th to the 11th of June, there are 7 opportunities to craft your stash with us. So tune in at 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time and 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Get involved.
Hello crafters, we've got some really exciting news in the works here at Crafters Companion. So I've dug out my hard hat and I've popped down to our UK warehouse to give you the lowdown. Now we do listen to you guys and we know that delivery times have been an issue for our crafty community, so we're doing something about it. The team is getting ready to set up a new and improved state-of-the-art system right here in our global distribution hub. This new picking and packing facility means we'll be able to process orders and ship them to you faster and more efficiently than ever before. This means less time waiting for parcels to arrive and more time getting stuck into your next creative project. While we get this new world-class service up and running, there'll be a few temporary changes. So here's what you need to know. Our UK warehouse will shut down for a week while the team sets up the new system. Don't worry, you can continue to shop as normal on the Crafters Companion website. You'll just wait a little longer for your orders to arrive. US crafters, listen up. We'll be able to send you guys some orders from our warehouse in California. These will be delivered as normal, so look out for this label on the site. If you're waiting for your parcel to arrive, don't worry, we'll keep you crafting. Join the Crafters TV team every day to find out how to make the most of your craft collection. With a different theme and tutorials every day, craft your stash with us to find fresh, creative inspiration in your paper pads, inks, and more. Right, that's enough from me now. I'm going to leave the guys here to get cracking. If you need any more info, head over to the Crafters Companion website and don't forget to tune in to Crafters TV. I'll see you there.
So much love for Michelle's last card. Beautiful, says Linda Armstead. Lovely card, Michelle, says Carletta. Jessica Stricker says beautiful card. And Lindsay Travasky says, Michelle, amazing. Lynn Bledsoe says, that sounds like a game. Show a card silhouette and you have to name that card, lol. we can play that game. Right, now I've got another fantastic deal. You know when we bring out all our collections, they're collections at first, then when some elements sell out and we have to make them a little bit smaller, we call it a selection. And this is our Roaring 20s and we called it the Throwback Selection. So you're going to get 9 stamps, 4 dies and 1 cut and embossed folder. Are you going to get the gilding flakes as well? It doesn't say, oh yeah, it just says 9 stamps, 4 dies and 1 cut and embossed folder. So I'll just see there. Right, you are going to get the Charleston Couple, which is a lovely sort of silhouette die. I love that one. This feather, fancy feather. It is going to be one of the most useful dies that you are going to get. We love our feathers, and this is going to go far, far wider than this collection. Razor Glass is your first of your stamp sets. Again, if you're getting your pens or your pencils, whichever one, aqua, colour blend, alcohol, whatever you're going to do, it's going to work brilliantly. Then you're going to get Together Forever, which is our lovely couple. And again, colour them however you like. They're going to look fantastic. Another one of our silhouettes ones is Showgirl. She's lovely. She cuts into your card if you want her here, or she will cut out of your card. So we've cut her into the card just there, and we've cut her out just here. Really lovely one. This is your first of your cut and emboss folders. So you've got 2 cut and emboss folders. So this is 3D embossing folder. I had to feel that then for a minute. Floral Deco. Now look at that. Yes, it is 20s, so 20s inspired, but you're going to be able to use it on so many in different ways, with so many different collections. You're going to use your flower collections. You know, all of your collections are going to work brilliantly with this. And you're also going to get your Art Deco frame, which is another one of our cut and emboss die embossing folders. So you're going to get that lovely frame with the aperture landscape or portrait, whichever works for you. And as I mentioned, you're going to get some gilding flakes. Now, if you saw Michelle, she used these with some red liner earlier, but obviously we're going to give you the glue, and we're also going to give you the little sponge to burnish them with as well. Now, all of this, it should be over £50, but today you're going to get it for £40 or $50, and that's going to drop down to £32 or $40 if you are platinum. So that is such good value. And hopefully Michelle can show you a few samples and a demo with this one.
Oh yes. Oh,
yeah,
I've got samples.
She's got samples.
And I love the samples for these because it's such a beautiful collection.
You did a lovely craft along using elements of this, didn't you? Well, you sent it and Craig did it when you couldn't come up. Was that? Oh no, that was.
Oh no,
that was one upon a time, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Debbie Robinson did an amazing craft along. She had the sort of the wine bottle holder with the big fan on the side that she sort of did.
Yes, that's
that
right.
was stunning. Yes, so if you remember that was stunning. If not, go back and have a look at Debbie's craft along, because that was one of the most beautiful craft alongs. It really was. But some more samples for you. So we have got those gorgeous stamp sets. You've got that gorgeous lady drinking something very posh. I love this particular die. I think it's gorgeous, and the fact that you can also use it as a shaker element.
That's the Showgirl one, isn't it?
Yes, is just a bonus. But there she is again in a totally different way. Looking, do I have it? Oh, I do. Look at that. Oh, I love that. So you've got that frame there, but obviously once you close it up, you can see her peeking through. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got those feathers in this collection. I love that particular card. I think it's gorgeous. You're going to be able to bring all your different shaped bases into this. So if you were fortunate enough to get those card bases that we were showing you earlier with the stencils.
I love how the couple fit in that aperture so well, don't they?
Perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. And I love this as well, just cutting out and matting and layering lots of those squares, but putting them on that stereotypical Art Deco style, isn't it? I did do one of these. Mine was that big box that I did. It was I was designed off that Art Deco mirror that I saw.
Yes.
So I did, yeah. So yeah, love this collection. It's absolutely gorgeous and very, very different from anything that we have brought you previously. So we're going to have a play with this. So as I threw everything to the side to show you some samples, because I got a little bit excited, these are what I'm going to be using. So this Charleston Couple, just adore it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't just have to, if you've got any kids, grandkids, anyone in your life that dances, they're going to love this particular die. And then I've got this Art Deco frame. Again, it's a cut and emboss frame. And again, absolutely gorgeous. So let me bring in this first. Let's die cut this gorgeous couple out, and it fits just right on that piece of card there. Pop this through. Now, even though I've got enough room on my plate to technically, size-wise, add this as well. You know, when you add lots of dies, you are absolutely not going to add an embossing folder on when you are cutting out dies, because obviously the sandwich combination is going to be different, so it's not going to work. I'm mentioning that because I thought that that's actually something that crossed my mind, so I thought if it's crossed my mind, it's crossed someone else's too. So there you go, in that gorgeous mirror card. Looking absolutely gorgeous. It pops, you don't need anything else, just that lovely mirror card. And then we're going to pop this through. So again, you've got that foam bit, which allows you to have that lovely die cut element in the middle.
I love cutting emboss folders because you know which is the top and which is the bottom so easily.
Yes.
You know when you're looking at an embossing folder and you go, which is the emboss, which is the deboss, and then you get cutting embossing, you go, well, the foam goes on the top, so it's dead easy.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So that's a 2D one, that one. So you just done your top plate, your top and bottom plate.
Yeah.
Really
if
easy.
it's a cut and emboss, it's the same plate configuration as a 2D. So I sort of, the rule of thumb for me is if it doesn't say 3D, then it's 2D.
Yeah.
Really, it's as simple as that, I think. So let's pop this open. You've got that lovely piece that you're absolutely not going to get rid of. You've got that gorgeous emboss there, which we absolutely love. And again, you could use either side that you wanted to use, depending on what you are wanting and looking for. So let me just bring in, I've just got a spare piece of card here, because I'm going to use some gold gilding wax, absolutely made for this collection of these gilding waxes. So this is the Empire Gold, and yes, I had to hold it far away from my face to be able to read it, because I'm old now. So I'm going to put some on my finger, tap it off, and I'm going to very just carefully, we're just going to pop it on there.
So what are your glasses then? For distance or close? Or
so I'm short-sighted. So
short-sighted means you can see close up, right?
Yeah. But technically, blind as a bat, really. If I take my glasses off, I'm a bit like, oh, what was that cartoon character from? There was like Bugs Bunny and
Mr.
that.
Magoo.
Yes. Mr. Magoo. That's definitely how I feel. There we go. So that's it. That tiny little bit of gilding wax on there. And I'm just going to go over it with my, let me get a dry bit. I'm going to sort of buff it up with a bit of kitchen roll. It makes sure that you're getting rid of any excess that's on there that could come off. And then it gives it that lovely buff shine anyway. So there's only the tiniest little bit that has come off that, because I obviously didn't put too much on. So I've got this piece, I've got my lovely Charleston couple, and I've cut it out in black as well, because we're going to put like a little bit of a drop shadow on there. So I'm going to bring in, so my box lid, I've already snipped away at my corners. So all we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my glue, we pop this box together, but first I'm going to make sure that I obviously remember Jan's words and, you know, mat and layer up my box before I put it together. So let's get this glue on the back of here. Pop that mirror down first. Just open that a little bit more. There we go.
It's amazing what impact our light, because we've got so many lights, has on the glue bottles, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Right, let's pop that on there. And then, so I'm going to bring this in. Let me just make sure that it fits under there perfectly. It does. So I'm going to glue this onto here, but this is where I'm going to bring in. So I'm going to be mixing and matching my glues, but because I'm going onto that mirror card, I'm going to use my tacky glue.
Yeah, water-based, so it's not going to have any impact on the covering or the coating on that mirror card at all.
No.
Is it?
No, what you'll actually find is once it's dried, it would just peel off. It would stick temporarily and then it would just peel off. It wouldn't, you'd have no permanent hold there. In fact, I'm not even sure if it'd stick temporarily. Well, it probably would.
It does,
but,
yes, it does, yeah.
You've got the glues. You have got the glue knowledge now because of us. So, I was going to put that on flat, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it on some foam pads. Let me bring this roll in. In fact, this would be perfect to create a shaker element on the top.
Wouldn't it?
This particular frame is just absolutely perfect for that. Let me just bring in my scissors.
And by using your coated scissors, nothing gets stuck to those blades, does it?
No, no. We always say when we're discussing scissors, we've got these all over the house. They're in the kitchen drawer, they're in the bathroom cabinet. My husband's got some in his tool box. I've obviously got them in my craft shed. I know my daughter Alice has got a pair of scissors in her room. She uses them. In fact, I don't know if you're supposed to, but I know that she's cut her guitar strings with them before. Yeah. So, not supposed, no.
Do you know, I think Sarah ought to come to us for testimonials about what you can use her scissors for, because we could give her so many ideas that she's possibly never even thought about.
Yeah.
I was using my 6-inch ones to dead head in the garden the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
I use those 6-inch ones to cut my fringe. Very poorly, I might add. It's never quite straight, and then I get told off by my hairdresser. She'll say, "Have you been cutting your fringe?" And I've gone in, and and I'm like, "No, it grew like this." It's so hard though when you go in between, you know, one appointment to the next. My fringe grows so quickly.
Does it?
It does, absolutely does. It can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Hence why I cut it. You'll know when I've cut it because.
Can we tell?
Sorry?
Can we tell?
Yes. It's incredibly short. I've reverted back to being sort of a 5-year-old child, you know, with that really weird short fringe. That's how it looks.
On the wonk.
On the wonk, yes, definitely. So we've popped that onto some foam, and I'm going to do exactly the same again. We're going to pop this onto some foam because this is on foam and I want it higher than that. I could glue these together and double foam it, but I don't want to. You get again a nice different effect this way. So let's just, there we go. I mean, if I had a lot more time, and you at home will probably snip all your foam pads down, or use a lot of your smaller ones for on there. But for now, that's absolutely fine. And again, I've got a bit in the middle, so I'm not going to get a saggy bottom. Literally a saggy bottom, so we don't need to worry about that. And then come in with my glue. And again, you can see that I've reverted back to using the Collall all-purpose. So again, I think I've still got my...
You've still got your paper clips.
I've still got my paper clips, so let's bring those in. It just makes everything so much easier and simpler. So let's pop those on there.
And if you've got the tools, why not use them?
Well, that's it.
We're not about making it more awkward for ourselves.
Definitely not. So let me just, there we go. I'll pop that one on there. And then last one. I'll tell you what I do love about this glue. Not that I advise you putting it all over your hands, but when I do get it all over my hands, I do love peeling it off. Again, I've reverted back to being a 5-year-old child at school, haven't I? So while those sides are just drying, I'm going to bring in, I've got the Together Forever, I've stamped it out and I've heat embossed it with some, some gold embossing powder that I had at home. If you don't have your gold embossing powder, use one of your gold Midas ink pads, you're going to get the same effect. Let's pop this on one last foam pad. And then, oh, I've got a little bit of glue sticking out there. Let's pop that. I actually think I'm going to pop that on an angle. So lots of foam pads on this, lots of height, which is absolutely what I love. So making sure that they're all nice and squished. Now I've got my base, and all I've done on the inside of this is I've popped some of that lovely paper from the same collection, the Roaring Twenties. And then let's get this popped together. There we go. There's something about black and gold.
Yes, it's very, very rich, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah, very, and classy.
Yeah. Let's pop that on there. And then last two. There we go. Right, so I'm just making sure those are nice and stuck. Checking that I haven't missed anything, which I haven't. Right, so let's just give this 1 second. Let's pop those off, see if it's still, oh, it is. There we go. So, moment of truth. I always feel like it's a moment of truth when I've made a box to make sure that, you know, it's going to fit. It did. Look how easy that went on.
Wow.
There we go. So if I just turn that round, you've got a lovely box. But if I flick it to the side, you can see all that depth on there, which is something I just love in a project.
That is absolutely gorgeous. I really love that. And I love just that subtle, subtle hint of the gilding wax. It's so, so pretty. Really lovely. Now, if you want that selection, £32 or $40 is your platinum price to get that today. So remember, all these prices are going to go up very soon. Make sure you pick up the bargains while they're still there. Right, next one I want to show you is your mini dies. Now, some people can be put off when you talk about mini dies and think, oh, that's, you know, you're not going to get very much with those. Now, just a minute, I've only got 11 here. I counted these, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe that's why they've given me a card as well. I think it is. Right, okay. So you're going to get your butterfly. You've already seen from Michelle today, if there's a little bit of a mistake, stick a butterfly on it. It's 2.3 by 1.7, so it's not actually that mini a butterfly, but really, really useful. With love. Now, I've seen Michelle use this on at least one project today. The With Love, it's definitely been on at least one. So again, another lovely one. Dragonfly. This collection was just made for Michelle. You've got your numbers and your alphabets, your ordinals and your punctuation as well. These are really, really useful to have. You've got your baby. I love those. Just for you. I like how this one cuts out the positive and the negative, so it's really useful. You've got your home, your new home. So this one cuts out the negative. You've got the house, the keys and everything. Special friend. Plant parent, which is a really fun one. You've got your fairy, and I'm guessing, because I've been given this card, you're also going to get your best wishes as well. There you go, you're going to get best wishes. That's how it cuts out. So although we call them mini dies, look at that, the best wishes. It's not really that mini, I don't think so. Really, really useful. All 12 selections, but it's going to give you 68 dies in total, because some of these are multiple dies, such as you've got the numbers, the alphabet. Look at the baby, you've got 4 in there, you've got 5 in the house, 3 in the plant fairy and 4 in the fairy, plant parent, sorry, and fairy. Plant fairy, I've just made up a new die completely. All these today are going to be £40 or $50. You're saving 30%, just about 30%, £19.88 or $21.88. So a massive saving. Oh, they are just over 30. £32 or $40 is your platinum price. And did I hear them say you're going to show us how to use these, Michelle? Yes. I know, because I think people get put off when they hear mini dies, don't they? They think, yeah. I'm not going to use them. But I have them in a folder on my desk. I've got 2 folders next to my desk. Flowers and foliage and mini dies and sentiments.
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah,
always.
Me too, definitely. All day, every day, absolutely, because they are mini but mighty. And for more cheesy lines,
I know,
tune
you
in
give,
tomorrow.
you give that one to Sarah.
Mini but mighty, yeah. They are, because I'm going to show you something that I love to do with these. So obviously we're going to do that now. So I've picked the butterfly. I've got my With Love, and I've got this one. So it's the, not the plant fairy, it's the plant parent. So I think I'm just going to use that one off of it. I mean, again, you can use them all if you want. We're going to use this butterfly. So let's pop them to the side. I've got some, so I'm using watercolour card because of the inks that I was going to use with it. I might not, we'll have to see.
We're getting loads of lovely comments today. Charlotte Everett says she loves the Roaring Twenties collection, it's really unique. Lynn Blackledge, #Go Live Granny, says beautiful. Hannah Gosling-Smith says, the Charleston couple are Showgirl's mum and dad. Kyrie told her so. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, mum and dad
lovely.
of the Showgirl is the Charleston couple. There you go. She also made the bottle holder for her brother's girlfriend's 40th. She texted her today to tell her it had pride of place in her kitchen, and so many people have commented on it. That's what you're saying, the bottle holder that Debbie did?
Yes.
Louise Catherine Ditch says, Michelle's card and box is utterly amazing. Charlotte Everett says, I use my mini dies so often, keep them in my desk caddy. Yep. Don't come off your desk. Louise has also said, I have been totally transfixed to the screen today. Well, we're glad you've enjoyed it. And Sandy Webb says, I'm travelling from Texas to the Ark Encounter in Kentucky and enjoy you as I go. Perfect road trip. There you go. Oh, I wonder what the Ark Encounter is. In Kentucky. I don't know.
It sounds exciting.
It certainly does. There you go. Well, enjoy your trip, Sandy, and thank you for taking us with you. And next time, let us know and we'll get our passports ready and we can come in person instead of coming with you virtually. There you go. Now, yeah, this is a case in point with these mini dies is they will all go through your Gemini Mini, won't they?
Absolutely. It just seemed such a waste running my plate through numerous times with such small dies on. So we're just going to bring the mini out. We're just going to cut a couple of these.
As well, because that's what it's there for, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it also just shows the quality of the dies as well, that even these detailed ones are going through absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, all my bits all the way to the centre are all going to pop out perfectly because Mini but Mighty absolutely goes for this Gemini Mini as well, because you're not losing any of that Gemini pressure on these smaller manual machines. You've still got that lovely pressure that we are known for. So let's just pop one more through, just one more butterfly. I'll pop that through. And then I've just got a few of each. So let me pop that to the side. Just get rid of some of these bits. And then, so I've got a few butterflies here. I've got an extra one here. Let's pop this one off. Now, I know I didn't clean my die properly, but I'm hoping that they're still going to pop out, which they have. As I was running it through, I thought, actually, I've not cleaned all of that out, but I think most of them, except for that one, I just had to peel away a little bit, have cut through, but that was my fault.
Oh, yeah, well, people say the dies don't work, and I say, well, you're setting them up to fail, aren't you?
Yes.
You don't clean your dies, because there's no depth to the blade if you don't clean them out, and the blade can't do what it's there to do, can it?
No, but you can see it cut through beautifully all the way from the front, and all I had to do was, because there was 2 layers in there, I just had to peel it off at the back, but it hasn't caused any harm to the front. So you can see, so I'll show you, you can see it's just attached just a little bit still. So if I just peel that off, and again, hence why you should always clean your dies, the front still looks absolutely fine. I think sometimes you just forget.
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes I run it through and I think, oh, sugar.
Nicola just came to life in our ears then. When Michelle said, "Oh, sugar," Nicola started singing. That was lovely, thank you. She's hit the walls yet. Yeah, how many days have you been on, Nicola? She's been on at work for 6 days. We don't let her out. 6 12-hour shifts, 72 hours. And yeah, she's done in now, aren't you, love?
She's had enough.
You're on the last 37 minutes. You can do this, Nicola.
Right, so what I'm going to do is, again, I've got another piece of watercolour card, and all we're going to do is we're going to glue these all over this.
So it's giving us a faux emboss effect.
Yes, yeah. It's one of my favourite things to do with these mini dies. So we're going to pop them all just randomly on. So I'm using my Dotty for this. If you wanted to use, you know, your Collall or your tacky for this, because I'm going to add some water, then, you know, definitely do that. So I want them alternating. Let's pop that right down there. And then, so the reason that I've done the palm leaf as well is because it's always good to alternate the sizes as well. So you've got all those big ones on there, and then you're going to bring in these little ones that are going to be that nice filler for you.
Yes, fillers little gaps.
Yeah. And then, so if I pop this one on there. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to run it through with my guillotine. So I don't have it, but I would run it through with my guillotines. This piece is bigger than what I want. So when I run it through on my guillotine, you're going to have certain ones hanging over the edge.
I like that effect too.
So it gives you that more random. So you can see I've got lots hanging over the edges where I've cut this particular piece down. Looks so much nicer. So I always start with a bigger piece of card and then cut it down. The effects that you get is just lovely. So we're going to bring in some of these ink pads. I mean, I've had them out today, so it would be rude not to use them again.
How many colours?
So let's go red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So we'll do that. So so you can squish it on your mat just like you can our water reactives. So let's squish this rainbow of colours.
Evie B has just said, now I have to say something, been hiding in the background. Michelle, that box is beautiful. I love what you did with the gilding wax and the dancing couple in gold. There you go, that's lovely.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you've all been loving my demos.
Yes. Oh, Sandy Webb said the Ark Encounter is a life-size replica of Noah's Ark sitting in the middle of Williamstown, Kentucky. It's so worth it, and this is my second trip with all the family joining me this time. Wow! I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that very much.
Yeah. Sherry reckons they're only called mini dies because they fit through the mini. Nicola says that is right. Okay, they were here before I joined. I didn't know. No. They've been here ages.
Right, so I've got my water brush, I've got my water, I've got my rainbow of colours. You can colour your background absolutely any colour you want, but we're going to go in with these gorgeous duos.
So you've now watered down your duo inks.
I have.
Completely different
Yeah.
use to them to how you're using. Aren't they versatile? If this doesn't make people realise how worthwhile they are, then I don't think you can.
No, definitely. So many different things that you can do with these. There really is. So we've got the orange. And I'm not too bothered about, obviously you've got the emboss, because you're just going to stipple into those areas. It's going to come on lovely. So let's just carry on with the yellow. Bringing that all the way across. So again, I've really had fun with all of my ink pads, all of my pens, my pencils. It's been definitely, this past week has been a full-on Leanne fest. So let's, again, stipple in just into those little bits. I don't want this to be perfect lines across. I want this kind of effect. If you wanted these to be absolutely perfect lines, you would use either your low-tack tape to create your divides, or you masket tape, a piece of card, sort of anything you wanted really, but I love this effect that you get. So let's get, oh, that blue, look at that blue.
Isn't that absolutely good? It's so vibrant.
That's amazing.
So, so vibrant. Beautiful.
Oops.
I think it was Susie says she does this technique with our shimmer pads, shimmer ink pads, and you still get that shimmer when they're dry.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely perfect.
So I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Let's go in with the purple. And yes, every time I need to get a colour from the rainbow, I have to say it all the way through.
Red and yellow. You've got pink and green, orange and purple and blue. There we go. You've done it in your order.
Yeah, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. Is it?
It's red and yellow and pink and
Oh yeah,
green,
the song.
orange, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that song.
I'm trying to think. There's a saying, isn't there? Red and yellow. Richard of York. Oh, I've forgotten. Something about... I can't remember. In vain. Something in vain, because that's your violet.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember.
When we were little, when I was in infant school, we used to have... we all used to gather in the hall in the morning, and we used to sing the Rainbow Song, and they would pick someone, you know, from all the classes who's got the colour on. So back then it was red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. And my mum never put me in a colour, a solid colour, so I could be picked. So every Monday I would say to my mum, please put me in a solid colour so I can be picked to stand up at the front and sing the Rainbow Song. Never happened.
Stripes.
Yeah,
Spots.
yeah, it's flowers, you know, with my dodgy late 70s, early 80s bowl cut hair. Nothing fabulous and fashionable. Isn't it funny, the things that you remember?
Susie says, I have to say red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet too. Yeah, absolutely. Dear me. Lots of comments. Marianne says, I only have the alphabet and numbers from the mini dies, but I love them and use them a lot. I almost always use them to personalise cards with names. Also used for text and names on mini albums or library pocket albums. Oh yeah, brilliant. Because they don't take up too much space because they're that mini ones. Sue Benson says, I love the mini and the midi. Brilliant. Neat effect, she also says, Michelle. Fabulous look, says Marianne. Sherry says, I really love the duet ink pads. I almost didn't get them, but I am so glad I did. The colours are so gorgeous. Shimmer ink pads and duet ink pads are my go-to ink pads now. Lillian said, gave battle in vain. There you go, I knew it was. Green, purple, indigo, violet. Yeah, gave battle in vain. Richard of York gave battle in vain. There you are. Everyone, you're so clever, you help me all the time. Red and, yellow. Richard of York gave battle in vain. There we go. That's the colours of the rainbow. That's the true colours of the rainbow rather than the ones we sing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, red, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Yes. There we are. We get there in the end. We do make sense. Again, a black card, always using that black card to make it pop.
It really
does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I've got just a front stepper card. This is the paper from the...
It's not Colour Your World, is it?
No, we had some...
Not pasted...
12 by 12.
It's a 12 by 12 pad,
Yeah.
I can see it, yeah. Well, we wouldn't do very well on Play a Craft Site, would we, with that paper pad?
So this is, again, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It was the 12 by 12, 300 GSM pads. Am I right in thinking that they came out with the USB?
Nicola's been shouting it to us, the answer, without actually turning her microphone on. What was the answer, Nicola?
That's
Retro
it.
rainbows. There you go.
Yes.
2021. You finish there, you just keep adding. 2021 with the Ultimate, it came out. There you go.
Yes,
Sweet
the
16th birthday.
Retro rainbow, and it was with the
rainbow.
paisley pad as well. There was a paisley.
Yes. Patterned and pearls. The plain papers were pearlised, weren't they? You see, there you go. Look at that lovely sentiment. They're really gorgeous, lovely sizes.
And the good thing about this sentiment is I have got a little splodge of green just there on my yellow, and I don't like it, so we're going to pop that right over it. I'm going to hide it.
Either a butterfly or a word. We can usually cover up. I mean, a lot of people get worried when things go wrong, but we can usually rectify these.
Absolutely. And then just on one, I think, of my butterflies.
That one's really good because it's like the most prominent one, isn't it?
Yeah, perfectly placed. Pop some gems, and just black gems, because again, they're going to tie in with everything that I've sort of done on there. I did have the white drop shadow, but I don't want to put it on. I like that just as it is. And again, I had this that I could have popped on underneath. I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to show as much as that area as possible. So I'm going to leave it just like that. So if I turn that round for you.
Just a lovely way to do it. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Michelle. So just to show you, those mini dies, as you said, are really mighty as well. Do you know what? I am never playing Play Your Crafts Right, Name the Paper Pad with our Susie on socials. No. She's too fast. Too fast. She says, yes, the plain ones were pearlescent, still my favourite go-to solid colour pads. There we are. She said they came out with the USB and Ultimate Pro. She knows too much. I mean, no, never playing with her. There we go. Right, we need to do a vote because we've got demo of the show, demo of the day. Oh, I wonder what that one could be. On demo of the week. Again, wondering which one that one could be. Think I might know the answer to that one. So, Michelle, could you line up your demos? Because you've done 4, I think, already.
I have.
And then we can vote for demo of the show. We've got a quick break coming in, so you can then do your voting. We'll come back and then we'll go for demo of the day. Doesn't matter what order. Roughly?
Yes, no.
Okay.
I don't remember what order. That was nearly 2 hours ago. But number 1, so is that lovely floral panel. Number 2 is the cut and emboss. Number 3 is the gorgeous Roaring 20s box. And then number 4 is those mini dies.
Oh, George says his spider sense tingling. What are you feeling, George? Oh, that's number 1. Yeah, me too. Oh, Nicola's going for the box.
For the box.
Right, it's not up to us. Why are we even having this discussion? I don't actually know why we're having this discussion, because it's your vote. Please, our vote is not the most important. George actually thinks, he's a man, he actually thinks he's got some influence. Sorry. I did. Yeah, he's been pressing the button. We're all going to disappear. He's got control. No, yes. we joke. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Please vote now. Susie will count them up. We're going to have a quick break. We're going to have a quick VT about what makes Crafters TV so special.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at Craft Wars to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lotty for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
That song. I think it's so much fun, such fun, and I just think Ben is so clever. He just keeps bringing up these songs, doesn't he? He'll be writing Eurovision next, I think. I think he should do that. Right, should we do a demo of the show first? So, it is a beautiful project, but it's not demo one. There you go, not demo one. There you go. I thought that one might do it.
Yeah.
Demo of the show, and I'm not surprised, goes to number 3.
Oh,
there
that is
go.
the Roaring Twenties.
The Roaring Twenties
Right,
one.
good, yeah.
Absolutely perfect. So, what have we got today? We've got today. Okay. Oh, you can pop that one over, could you?
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be lovely, thank you. So our first one is from Masterclass this morning, which was all about your essentials. So we've got this one with that lovely chocolate box bow on the bottom. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's just this old thing that Michelle just threw together, you know. Yeah, 5 minutes and it's done, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. We've got the box for number 2, and for number 3, we've got the black Roaring Twenties. I don't think we need George's spider sense, but if it makes him happy to predict the winner of Demo of the Day, I would not like to disappoint. I want him to go home happy after today. So there we go. So if George can predict and you give the answer, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Apparently it's the strongest feeling of the day. One might say it's a water infection, but there we go. There we go. Yeah, there we are. Right, please vote on those. Susie will count those up. But in the meantime, we're going to show you our pop-out sentiments. Now, these are so clever. They are single dies. They've got the little pips at the side, or kissy lips, as our Debbie Robinson calls them. And you can see the word written backwards, obviously, on there. So this is many thanks. A little bit of folding, but all the score lines are done, all the cutting is done, and you're going to get words popping out. I'm going to turn that round. There we go. Now, if you buy that one, just many thanks, we are going to give you With Love for free. But we're also going to give you best wishes for free. Brilliant deal. But we're also going to give you just for you for free. And we're also going to give you happy birthday for free. Wow. Buy one, get 4 free. £12.99 each these are. £12.96 because they're solid die, lot of metal there. £10.39 or $11.96 if you are platinum. So you are going to buy one and get the other 4 totally free. I can't think of, that's 80% saving. You know, I mean, if that doesn't appeal, I don't know what will. And these are really useful. You can put them on the front of your cards. I've seen cards sort of that shape with a box behind, lots of different techniques. $12.99, $14.95, or platinum £10.39 or $11.96. And Michelle, when she's finished adjusting the card, has got some samples to show us.
I was popping the wings up so you could see them a lot better. So we've got gorgeous card on the front, but when you open it up, you've got that best wishes. You've got that little bit at the front as well to add your sentiment to, but absolutely gorgeous. You've got this one, many thanks. So you can see that you can sit that right on the front if you want. You're going to close it up, and you've also almost got, it looks like the top of a cake element there. But then when you open it up, you've got that gorgeous many thanks. Just for you. You're going to open it up and you've got with love. You're really going to go to town with these on the insides of your card. Got a beautiful, beautiful card, absolutely. And then the recipient is going to open it up and it's going to be just for you. So not only is your outside going to be stunning, but so is your inside. Happy birthday, you're going to open it up and you've got that happy birthday in there. And again, you've got that element there where you can be writing your sentiment. So all of your collections you're going to be bringing in to use these. Every colour, every card, everything that you can think of, you're going to have coloured card stock behind in the middle, like you can see on this one. Keep it nice and plain. Have your mirror card die cut out onto your letters or your glitter card, or using your inks. With these, you're just really elevating the inside of your card, but still not taking away where you actually can still write a sentiment in there. So many thanks, you can see with, oh, that gorgeous mirror card. Oh, it reminds me of a candy cane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So absolutely gorgeous. Really, these, I mean, you know, these are one of my favourites. I do these all the time. They are just one of my, I just love doing them. They are an absolute staple. These sit on my desk as well. We all have sort of those certain elements that we have sat on our desk, and I've always got mine sat on my desk because I just love playing with these. They're just lovely.
Right, I've got a result, and apparently it was almost unanimous. So there we go, nearly everybody voted for, they voted for the Craft Along. There you go. I was going to pretend it was number 1, but no, it was number 2, the Craft Along. There you go, George. If you know, yeah, I mean that really was testing your senses to their most. So that is number 7. I'm going to pop that there. This is going to take me a minute or 2. Right. So. Okay, they're going to look at a quick little deal while I line these up. So now we have raved all day about the scissors because we absolutely love the scissors. Now, if you buy 2 pairs of the scissors, the 6-inch and the 9-inch, then we are going to give you a pack of the Knitwit Homebody card, the pearlescent card, absolutely free. So yeah, the really good deal. That's saving you $14.99 price of that card. So you're going to get that today, $28.98 or $44.98. But platinum, that's going to drop right down to £23.18 or $35.98. So yeah, absolutely amazing value. You're never going to have too many of these pairs of scissors. So even if you've got some 9-inch or some 6-inch, then this is going to just add to that stash. Okay, right, I've got them ready. So the first one we've got is from Monday Makers. That was my one, oh sorry, there we go, with the Baroque dies, which is actually what I was about to show you in a minute. So I'll show you that while you're counting. Monday is our Baroque dies that I did. Tuesday was our Leanne's card with those large outline floral dies. Oh, that is really pretty.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful? Number 3 was some colouring here from Sheena. Isn't that beautiful colour? I was trying to work out what medium she was using. Oh, pens and pencils, that answers that, because I was convinced there was colour blend and tri-blend. I thought it was a mix. Next, we've got a beautiful floral card from Lily. Then we've got Becky Swan's Wake Up Call with the frames, absolutely gorgeous. Then, I'm going to have to start moving some of these. Then we've got, this is where it gets hard because Michelle has got 2. Her gorgeous box, isn't that absolutely gorgeous, using those beautiful nesting frames, is that the right word?
Ornate nesting dies.
Frames. Oh, I can't get that back. There you go. Right, so that's number 6. And I love, oops, I'm opening it up. We've got the vellum on, and I like how the vellum is like raised like a little handle. Beautiful. And 7 is a craft along. Okay, I'm going to summarise the numbers. I won't go too fast so George can keep up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, can we get there? And mine on the end, 1. There we go. There we go. Oh, there's some spider senses going off here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, now, George and Nicola are disagreeing.
For a change.
They're having an argument. They've been together enough. There we go. Right, I'm going to pop these over here. Right, I'm going to leave those there for 1 minute. Please vote. Yeah, you have a vote on those, and Susie will count them up 1 to 7. Right, the next one I want to show you, as you'll see, from number 1 of Demo of the Week, number 1, if you like that, was our Baroque die. So this is a 4-piece collection, lovely dies. So what you get is you get your outline die or your edger die and your detail die. So what this does is this will cut the edger so this die cut can sit over the top. So you can see here, it cuts the edge and then this one will sit over the top like that. So that was your Dijon. This one here is your Talons, I think it was. This one is your Chambord, which is like cheese. And then this one is your Lyon. So look at that, aren't they gorgeous? Look at the detail. I mean, absolutely so detailed, but they are so different. And you've got some lovely different effects with that. Right, now, Michelle, have you got some samples that you can show us different ways to use these?
I do.
Say $24.99 or $29.99. So, I just forgot about that bit. $19.99 is your platinum price, or $23.99. Really, really good value. A lovely extra little set to pop in your collection.
Yes, and again, the design team have been loving these, absolutely beautiful. So we have got a nice, simple, quite classic in colour, one there, and then we have, so just sort of the one going across, but then we've got the top and bottom and the ability to use it as your stopper on this card, using it on that lovely acetate front card there. It really just finishes off a card. It finishes off if all you're going to do is just pop one on that sort of angle just to finish a card off, then you are going to do that. But again, you really can go to town with these. Sorry, I didn't know which way to turn that one. Look how beautiful that is. There's just a couple of those on there with a lovely thank you on the bottom. I love that one. It's figuring out upside down and back to front which way these stand up sometimes. Creating your card base, your edges of those looks absolutely gorgeous. You're really going to just make a nice simple card by popping that in the middle, taken to the next level. And I can go on and on and on. There is so much. Do you know what? That's the same one, just done in 2 different colours. Just with, yeah. How amazing do they look? There's so many in here that are absolutely just beautiful. That's the band one. Let's pop that one away. That one's band. It's obviously not really, just in my home. Because I might have made a card with one a few weeks ago. If you've seen Ben's wrap-ups, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's just say, when you put 4 together, it doesn't create the most flattering of cards.
Okay.
So just edging, and again, I can go on and on and on with these, bringing lots of beautiful ways that you are just going to finish off your cards with these. So again, another one that I absolutely adore.
Absolutely gorgeous. If you want those today, $19.99 or $23.99 is your platinum price. I've got one more deal to show you. And then we are going to reveal demo of the week. Now, this is an absolute bargain, an absolute bargain. Look at that, £131.87 or $158.55 is the value of this bag. It's so full. But you're not going to pay that. You're going to pay $34.97 or $40.85, which is equivalent of paying for your mystical frames from the Enchanted Dreams. So I forgot to say, these are all from Sarah's signature collections. From the Vintage Butterfly, the Opulent frame, and then finally the Dusk Till Dawn from Country Lane. Now those 3 come to the value of this bag. That is all you are paying for. So we might expect to get 1 or 2 more. You're going to get Statement Floral Bouquet from Say It With Flowers, which is gorgeous edger dye. You're going to get your Dainty Lace from Garden Party. You're also from Garden Party going to get Vintage Parasol. You're also going to get from Country Lane, Idyllic Meadow, and still it goes on. Remember, these are your free elements. You're going to get Water Lily Frame from Vintage, from Dancing Dragonflies. You're going to get Enchanted Dreams Up and Away. That is a beautiful hot air balloon, all made of flowers. We're still going on the free elements, I promise you. Merry and Bright from Frosty and Bright. Ooh, too many, I can't hold them all. Also from Frosty and Bright, you're getting the Christmas Tree Edgewell. That is amazing. I think that's our Ben's favourite one from that collection. You're going to get Metal Charms from Dancing Dragonfly. If you liked Michelle's demo today, that could be some of your charms to go on the edge of there. And from Once Upon a Time, which we only released recently, you're going to get your organza ribbon. That was posh, wasn't it? Where did that come from? Organza ribbon. Oh, we've been here too long. Oh dear.
You can tell it's Sunday night.
And all you're paying for is those 3, but you're not even going to pay for those if you're platinum. Taking the mickey now. If you're a platinum member, $27.98 or $32.68. Absolutely, that is a must. Even if you've got some overlaps, you've got some spares, you've got some gifts, I would be getting that. Right, now, what's everybody thinking? What's everyone thinking? You're sticking with 7. Right, I'm going to say, all right, I can tell you first of all, my number 1 didn't get that. Unfortunately, it wasn't Sheena's either, voice number 3. Nor Lily's number 4, or unfortunately, Becky's number 5. It was between 2, 6 and 7. So it wasn't unanimous in any form. 2, 6 or 7. There you go. What do you think? What do you think? You're right, Nicola. It was 7. Well done, Michelle. So you've got 2 stars. You've got a plain... No, demo of the week, isn't it?
Just demo of the week,
You've got
yeah,
your
just
demo of the
one
week
today.
star. And we'll put that up on... First one. You got demo of the month last week.
I did. Someone messaged. I think Betsy messaged me. I think it was, and she said you've got you've won, and I'm like, yay, thank you.
Brilliant. So Michelle will put that up. That's the first one because today is only the 4th. So that's the first one of the month. So it's going to be a little while before. I'm here at the end of June, but it's not a weekend. So yeah, so we'll see who wins Demo of the Month, and that's the first entrance. But thank you, everybody. We've had a lovely day. I think you have really enjoyed today's shows. Susie says the posh Corin is popping out at the end of the night. I'm not posh, I can promise you that. I'm not. Thank you for joining us. It has been a truly inspirational day. We've loved it. You have absolutely loved every technique, every trick, tip, or everything that we've been showing you today. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your comments. It's all about that companionship, isn't it? And we have loved having you here. I'm off home now. I'm back up here on Friday. I think Craig and I are doing Friday and Saturday together, so that will be really lovely. Oh, and I think I might have Ben as well a bit on Friday. But yeah, it's going to be a brilliant day. So please come up and join us at the for the rest of the week. We've got all of our Craft Your Stash shows next week. They're going to be super fun, and our US warehouse clearance shows at 6 p.m. So please come and join us. So from me, have a lovely weekend, what's left of it, and I'll see you later in the week. Good night.